There are no special rights for famous people. If a celebrity breaks the law, they can be arrested and charged. This explains why there have been so many arrests of famous people. Still, some celebrities' criminal pasts are shocking, especially if they were involved in things like forgery or drug trafficking. Some of your favorite celebrities aren't perfect, but that's too bad. Many people have been in jail and on probation for a long time. Let's talk about the top 10 celebrities who ran from the law. Nick Nolte. Nick Nolte made news in 2002 when he was arrested in Malibu on suspicion of driving while drunk. Because of what happened, he was put on probation for 3 years and told to go to drug and alcohol meetings. But this wasn't the only time Nolte had been in trouble with the law in his whole life. At the age of 24, he was arrested for selling fake identification documents. What does it mean? A fine of $75,000 and 45 years in prison, but that has been put on hold. Lil Wayne. We've all seen his disposition, the one where he treats his lawyer who's interviewing him like a complete jerk. But that's just a small blip on Lil Wayne's criminal record. He's been in trouble with the law before, but it wasn't anything big. In 2007, he was arrested for the first time in New York City. In 2008, he was arrested for the second time, this time in Idaho. Both times, he was caught with weapons and drugs. Agents from Border Patrol searched his car later in 2008. Can you guess what they found? Drugs and weapons that can kill, and an abnormally large sum of money. If he's held again, I'd like to know why. O.J. Simpson. At one time, O.J. was the most popular athlete in the United States. However, after a number of run-ins with the law, he's now known as one of the country's most notorious criminals. O.J. Simpson did spend some time in jail, even though he was found not guilty of killing his ex-wife and her friend in 1994 and of trying to get away from police by driving away in his white Bronco. Simpson couldn't get away from the law for an undetermined amount of time. In 2007, O.J. Simpson was arrested in Las Vegas, Nevada. He was charged with armed robbery and kidnapping. After being found guilty in 2008, O.J. was sentenced to 33 years in prison, which he is now serving. Amanda Bynes. Amanda Bynes, who used to be a child star on Nickelodeon, has been in a lot of trouble with the law since 2012. The trouble started in March when she was pulled over for talking on her cell phone and then ran away before the officer was done writing her ticket. Then, about a month later, she was arrested for driving under the influence after she hit the side of a police officer's car while trying to get around him. Bynes was charged with leaving the scene of an accident she caused when she rear-ended another car in Los Angeles in August of the year before. Bynes was pulled over in September and her car was towed away because her license had been suspended and she was driving without it. Bynes was sent to prison for each of these crimes. George Michael. Everybody loves George Michael because his music is so catchy and because he was in the band Wham! But the fact that he was arrested 7 times probably made him more famous than the other members of the group. Michael's first run-in with the law happened in 1997 when he was caught doing something naughty in a Beverly Hills public bathroom. Then in 2006, Michael got in trouble with the law again, this time in England. He was also arrested in 2006 for having C-class drugs on him. This was the first of many times he would be arrested for drug-related crimes. As a result of the first set of charges, George Michael was given a community service sentence and was not allowed to drive for 2 years. In 2010, Michael was charged with having marijuana and driving under the influence. If he was found guilty, he would have spent 8 weeks in prison, paid a fine, and lost his license for 5 years. Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson has been in a lot of trouble with the law before, even though he holds the record for being the youngest person to win the heavyweight boxing championship. In fact, by the time he was 13, he had already been arrested 38 times. In 1992, he was only 26 years old when he was found guilty of assaulting Desiree Washington, also known as Miss Black, Rhode Island. He was given 3 years in prison for his crime. After he got out of jail, Tyson didn't get into trouble with the law again until 2007, when he was arrested for allegedly having illegal drugs on him. Because of this, he was sentenced to 24 hours in jail, 3 years of probation, and 360 hours of community service. The little brother of Robert Downey Jr. In the late 1990s, America's favorite quirky and good-looking actor was arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol. After breaking the rules of his parole, he was given an extra 6 months in jail on top of the 3 years probation he'd already been given. His fight against drugs and the law did not end there, though. At this point, neither have been solved. In 2007, he was arrested for having cocaine, and in 2001, arrested again for being high on drugs. Since then, though, he seems to be healthy and has stopped drinking. 50 Cent. The rapper and producer 50 Cent has been in trouble with the law more than once. In 1994, 50 Cent was arrested on charges that he sold cocaine to a police informant who was undercover. A few weeks later, when the police searched his house, they found not only a gun, but also heroin and crack cocaine. 50 Cent did not go to jail to do his time. Instead, he spent 6 months in a military boot camp. In 2003, 50 Cent was arrested again after police found a handgun and a pistol in a car he owned that was parked outside a Manhattan nightclub. 50 Cent is said to have jumped into the crowd in 2005 after being hit with a water bottle. This led him to being charged with 3 counts of assault and battery. Because of this, he was put on 2 years probation. Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan is the only person who can be on a list of troubled stars because she is the only one. We can't forget about her. The former child star's life seems to be getting back on track now when it was a mess before. Even so, it's always fun to go back in time and remember things. In 2007, Lohan was taken into custody by police and charged with having cocaine. After a few months and a couple of arrests for driving under the influence, Lohan made headlines again when she was caught with cocaine, transporting drugs, and driving under the influence. Lohan was only given a small sentence for these serious crimes. She had to spend 1 day in jail, do 10 days of community service, go on probation for 3 years, and go through an 18-month alcohol education program. Tim Allen. Some viewers may be surprised to learn that Tim Allen is not quite as good a character as he played on Home Improvement. Tim Allen was arrested in 1978 because he helped sell drugs that were against the law. Allen was taken into custody because he was said to have more than 650 grams of cocaine on him. Allen got 3 to 7 years in prison for selling drugs, but he only had to serve 2.5 years because he told the police about the other drug dealers. After he got out of prison, he lived a trouble-free life until 1977 when he was stopped for driving while drunk. Because of this, he was told to go through an alcohol rehab program and given a 1-year probationary period. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to hit like and subscribe to this channel for more.